Yo, so this is the UFC 5 official game modes trailer. Let's get it.
Y'all ready for some action?
All right. Seeing little backyard in the
Hello
night
guys,
mode.
I'm Balian and welcome to the UFC 5 Game Modes Deep Dive. I'm super excited to be able to show you some more of the changes UFC 5 is going to bring and all of the new game modes
Nice
that you are going to be
uppercut.
able to check out.
We're going to take a look at new features like UFC Fight Week, online career mode, changes to Fight Now, and the new rule sets for some of your favorite modes. As well as new features you'll discover in career mode and tons of awesome stuff that's going to change the way you play UFC 5. Let's start
Okay,
with Fight
so you
Week.
can take
UFC
down the
5 is
takedown
truly an
stuff.
extension of the UFC fan experience, and there's no better example than
Looks
with
clean.
the Fight Week gameplay mode. It's a next level event driven live service update. In the build up to the
Got
biggest
picks.
UFC events, you'll be able to take part in a series of all new challenges and features that really connect you to the blockbuster UFC cards and the world of MMA in a way that's never been done before. Let's take a look at everything involved. Going into Fight Week, you will be presented with several Fight Week challenges. These challenges give you different objectives to complete throughout the week and will give you the opportunity to unlock rewards inspired by those events, including new created fighter vanity items, player profile,
Okay.
customization,
It's like
assets,
Pry and
emotes,
Zhao.
and even UFC athlete alter egos. There's also a section
I
now
like
to
it.
make fight picks before real-world UFC events, so you can make predictions for the main card of every
That's
pay-per-view.
cool.
You'll
So it's
automatically
like
then be
updated.
seeded into fight pick leaderboards after making those choices, and after the event is over, depending on how many of them you got right, the top ranking players will earn in-game UFC coins, which could be used to buy more assets for your profile and your UFC athletes. You'll also
Alright.
be presented with Fight Week contracts, which will give you a daily fight offer where you can take on AI opponents under preset gameplay settings. Completing these contracts can earn you in-game currency, and the difficulty of these contracts increases over the course of the week. Your total wins, losses, and finishes are tracked in the contracts tab, and it's another chance to earn yourself some in-game rewards. This year, it's all about bringing the real world of MMA and the virtual octagon closer together into one awesome fan experience.
Sounds
With
good.
UFC Fight Week, you're going to be connected to all of the real UFC events. You can make predictions, compete with your friends, and earn in-game rewards just for watching and enjoying the sport and UFC 5.
Another new game mode this year is online career mode with your own created fighters. It
Alright.
includes skill-based matchmaking, division progression, and title chases across 4 different divisions. Created fighters are no longer used in rank mode like in UFC 4. Instead, UFC 5 has a separate game mode for competing with them. There are 4
That'd be
different
nice
divisions
if
to
it
choose
was.
from with your created
4
fighters,
divisions.
and there's plenty of character customization and vanity
Is it
items
just
to
4
show off while
divisions?
you make your way to the online titles. You fight in online career matches, you earn evolution points, which can then be used to improve your created fighters' attributes, moves, and perks. And once you reach the level cap for your athlete, you can prestige, which will reset your evolution to the starting point, but increase the level cap and unlock access to additional moves and perks. There's also XP boosts that you can activate to increase your earning potential, but this year, online career is its own entire gameplay mode for you to get stuck into. So jump into online career mode, fully customize your perfect fighter's stats and perks,
And take it online to challenge other players. I'm very excited for this feature to be back, and I personally cannot wait.
Whatever game mode you decide to compete in UFC 5, you will level up your UFC punch card. You can kind of consider it a bite-sized battle pass. Just play the game any way you want and earn your way through a set of predetermined rewards, including in-game currency, player profile customizations, vanity items, as well as your punch card. There's always something to be working towards as well with profile challenges. They're back and they will reward you with XP that helps you level up your punch card. There's also alter egos. These are a new way to unlock different
That's cool.
versions
Different
of your
vote.
favorite UFC
Different
athletes
Connor.
with different playstyles, looks, and new
Different
abilities.
Izzy.
All new alter egos let you play as your favorite athletes in their authentic career-defining
That's cool.
moments.
I like
For
it.
example, Origins Volkanovski has slightly different perks and even some different stat changes, so you can play a different version of your favorite fighter. So you'll have challenges to complete across every game mode, so no matter how you decide to play UFC 5, you'll always be unlocking something cool.
If you know anything about me and my content, you'll know that I absolutely love career mode
Backyard.
in UFC games. And with UFC 5, we're getting some features to improve the overall experience, make things more enjoyable, and also increase the difficulty and immersion of becoming a UFC athlete.
I can't just cover up. Makes it hard to see shots coming in, too.
Everyone's favorite trainer, Coach Davis, is back to guide you through a whole new UFC career with new cinematics, locations,
Assuming?
and a refined focus on onboarding. But don't listen to me. Here's producer Rahman Bassi to
That was
tell you
nice. I
more.
like it.
On UFC 4, we have a lot of data coming in, so we know how our users are playing career mode. We know how many players are playing career mode. It's a very popular mode on UFC 4. A lot of people play career mode multiple times. And one of the pain points that we saw was training camp, obviously. It takes a long time. Training camp in real life It's not fun. What we've allowed you to do in UFC 5 is, one, you can simulate your
Skip it.
entire training camp and get to peak fitness. So once you've completed a challenge pack in sparring, you can then simulate to that grade over and over again if you get that same challenge pack again. There's a lot of simulation everywhere across career mode just to get you to the fight faster. We've done a lot with our
we trying to
AI
fight,
tuning
man.
this year in career mode specifically. Of course, sparring is hard, right? We do like there to be a little bit of a
You
danger
gotta cut
to
on his face sparring.
There's
the other-
always a chance of getting
the other guy
knocked
knocked
out,
him out.
getting
Okay.
hurt. There's always a chance of now getting cut
Injuries,
as well
yep.
in career mode, in sparring. The wrinkle we've added to legendary career mode is that it's going to be simulation game style only. So that means there is no HUD, but also at the same time,
I like it.
there's going to be increased damage and increased stamina drain in our legendary career mode this year. It's going to be the most difficult and most challenging legendary career mode that we've had so far.
If you just want to jump straight into a fight, Fight Now is back, but this time around it offers a whole new suite of authentic MMA
Main
UFC
event,
match types
championship,
from the
backyard.
fan favorites including Kumite and Backyard to
Kumite.
main event, championship and main card fights. But things are a little different this time around. Main card fights are 3 rounds, main event fights
3
are
rounds.
5 rounds, and so are the championship fights, but they are of course for
5.
world titles.
Yep,
But
yep.
whether you decide to fight online or off, if you go to the Backyard, you'll have to fight 5 3-minute rounds this time
5
around,
3-minute
and the
rounds.
judges will only score the fight based on damage.
It's going to be a 5-round
So
fight,
no
and the
ground?
rounds will be 3 minutes. So it's going to be very quick, fast rounds that you're going to have. We've changed the judges in the Backyard. So the judges don't necessarily care about the octagon
They're
control.
care about
All
the
they care about is
octagon
how much
control.
damage you've landed in this fight. So it's a very aggressive
Straight damage,
mode,
yeah.
and when you
Hey,
play
I like
online,
it.
you won't be necessarily playing the same way you would. You're going to be playing a little bit of a different gameplay meta when you do go into the Backyard in UFC 5. Whenever you
Mike
are
Tyson.
fighting in the Kumite, it will be a single
20
round
minutes.
which lasts 25 minutes.
25
With our new damage
minutes.
system and the way that you do not want to get hit in UFC 5, the Kumite is such a drastic change from what it was on UFC 4. It's a lot more slower paced. There's no in between rounds
Slower
to recover
pace.
your damage anymore. So when you do get hit, that damage is gone.
For the
If
whole
you do
game.
manage to last the whole 25 minutes,
Yeah.
it will go to a draw. Honestly,
Draw.
it's pretty awesome to have some new game rules to fight under, and whatever your preference, you're able to play online or off. And if you want to customize,
I guess
your
you
game
can do what
even
you want on
further,
here.
There are now different play styles to choose
for the most
from
part.
as well.
So what we've
Let's
added
see.
are multiple game styles. There's the stand and bang game style, which will turn off all grappling. There's the simulation
change
game
stuff
style,
up.
which will be as real as it gets. So essentially turning off the HUDs, increasing damage, increasing stamina drain,
straight gameplay.
making it as
Yep.
simulation as we can possibly get UFC 5. What knockout game style does is it turns off health recovery. So when you do get hit, that
Yeah.
health is gone, and when
Yeah,
it gets
that's
to
knockout
0,
mode.
there will be a knockout.
Insane.
You'll be able to apply that to Fight Now. You can apply that to career mode. You can search for online matches in simulation game styles as well.
Yeah,
Along
settings.
with those 5 categories of game styles that we have, we've allow you to make your custom game styles as well. So you'll be able to turn off doctor stoppages. You'll be able to turn down the damage. You can apply that to any mode as well and play UFC 5 the way you want to play.
From the new awesome simulation style that uses real-time rounds and increased damage and stamina drain to emulate an authentic fight experience, to knockout that turns off health regeneration and recovery and applies unlimited stamina and combinations, or stand and bang, which lets you just fight
get
exclusively
it.
on the feet. Honestly, I absolutely love that there are now all these new ways that you're going to be able to compete inside the cage in UFC 5. Whether you want to have a fight inside the UFC with the unified rules of MMA or something completely different with these new game modes and custom rule sets. All these new modes are also going to really change the way you're going to have to play and compete inside the cage. And the fact you can fight online and master whatever game mode you enjoy the most really lets you play
I like
UFC
that.
5 however you want.
My most favorite feature this year is our fighter select. And one of the most special things about booting up any fighter game is looking at our fighter select and looking at the fidelity of our fighters, how our Frostbite engine has considerably improved our fighter select this year.
And of course, ranked online mode is back for the more competitive players. Pick your
23
favorite UFC
out.
athlete, go head to head with other players online. And
So it's gonna be
compete
24
spots on
hours?
global and friends ranked leaderboards. Wins and losses are added up.
They need to
Ranked
change that
division
thing back to an
as you
hour,
try and
man.
make your way up
People
to
gotta
compete
wait
against
to
the
play
best
ranked.
players in the world.
And if
compete
there's
for
something that they
online
don't wanna
world
play,
titles. Ranked is
they gotta
once
wait
again
a whole
separated
day.
into 20 divisions, and there are challenges to complete for reaching the top, as well as collecting rubies with your title defenses. UFC 5 is the next step in mixed martial
That'd be
arts
nice if
gaming,
you can
and
pick
with
your
it comes
own.
changes to the visuals and game mechanics, as well as a whole host of all these new game modes for you to step into the virtual octagon and experience the UFC like you've never done before. Want to have a 25-minute Kumite fight where where your health does not recover the whole time, you can do it. UFC 5 is really raising the bar this year, and it promises to be the best MMA game yet.
All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me today. There's tons of new ways to play UFC 5, changes to some of the existing modes, and loads of new awesome ones to get stuck into as well. If you want to know more, go check out some of the other deep dives on presentation and gameplay. But I've been Balian, and I'll see you in the Octagon.
All right. Yeah. The last part about the ranked being 24 hours, they definitely got to change that. Definitely got to change that. Nobody's trying to wait a whole entire day to play in another weight class. There's only 3 weight classes, and you got to wait a whole another day. Yeah. I think they should open it up for all of that. Just have it open. Pick whatever weight class. I don't care if it's an hour, if it's not an hour or less, whatever. Just have it open. Don't put like a time limit on how long up until the next. Just have it open. Alright. We gone. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, share, all that good stuff. Appreciate y'all. On to the next one.